Marhaba. Hello once again to our brothers and sisters around the world. I'm American writer and historian Dr. Jack Dempsey. Today is Sunday, August 11th, 2024. And with me, as always, is my beloved brother, Muhammad Jihad Ismael of Gaza, of Deir al Balah in Gaza. It's been quite a while since we've had even a decent enough internet signal to attempt a program, and that's what we're going to do right now. So, Mohammed, without further ado, and by the way, we have found a way through the Bank of Palestine. If you want to send money to support Palestinian people being able to get food and water and medicine and all that, you can do it. All you have to do is contact us, and you'll find full information how to do that below. Oh, my beloved brother, I just want to say I'm so happy to see you again. You look as well as can be expected. You say your family, your three children, your wife, your parents, your sister are doing as well as can be expected. Please tell us, as we just chatted a little bit, what is happening right now in Deir al Balah and in Gaza that we don't see reported in the media. You will not see any other program that covers the things we're going to tell you what are happening there today. Mohammed, take it away. It's up to you.
Thank you, brother. I am so happy to have this opportunity after a very, very long absence.
Yes.
We are good. I am good. Also, my small family and my big family, my parents, all my relatives, we are good. Situation here in Deir al Balah is getting worse and worse. Of course, in addition to what you listen in media, we have so many hidden things. No one is talking about them. First of all, we have the civil war, which is erupting here in Deir al Balah from time to time. Every day, we have death toll, injuries. So many people are wounded in so many clashes between families and families, between families and Hamas fighters, etc. It's a very, very huge chaos, and every day
Mohammed,
we have fight here.
For people to understand, back in, I think, 2008, when the Hamas coup happened and they took over the government, there were many young Palestinians who were killed, who were murdered by them so that they could take power. Now, just many years later, these families are beginning to take revenge against the fighters of Hamas because they are vulnerable, because they are weaker than they have been. And there is fighting, gunfights in the streets, killing, injuring many civilians. They are trying to take revenge for the families that they lost. And the families, too, are fighting among themselves. Sometimes they are fighting when they can find them against Hamas. It's a virtual civil war, as you say. I have not seen this reported anywhere else. Do you have any idea why?
They want to present Palestinians in an ideal image, in a utopian image. I don't know why. They want only to focus on the struggle with Israel, but they doesn't talk about the struggles inside the Gaza Strip between the Palestinians themselves. You are right. The coup of Hamas has happened in the year 2007. Hamas has killed almost 1,000 Palestinians. Part of them are members in Fatah, in PA, and others were normal civilians. Yeah, that's why now so many families are trying to take revenge from the Hamas operatives who used before 17 years ago to kill or to assassinate their children. Besides that, we have other sort of fight between the traders, between families who had also some revenge for some tribal. Here we have the Bedouin, some Bedouin families. They keep searching for their enemies, even for 1 century, 2 centuries. The revenge is still alive, doesn't remove with the coming of new generations. So here, maybe you can listen about taking a revenge for a man was killed during the Ottoman era. Yeah, it's very complicated. Yeah.
And another aspect you've told about, Muhammad, is that, well, the other day was a major Israeli bombing of a school building in Daraj in the east of Gaza City. Almost 100 Palestinian civilians, non-combatants, women and children were killed by this bombing. And they may have killed 20, 23, 24 Hamas operatives. In other words, another thing that is not being reported, even though the media are always in a hurry to call Hamas terrorists rather than freedom fighters, right? They are not reporting that Hamas is, in fact, using civilians as shields. They are hiding among sites where the women and children have taken refuge. Israel finds out about it and just drops a major bomb or two or three into that area. And so Hamas, you could say, deserves terrible blame for what is happening to the civilian people. Is that right?
Yeah. In fact, Hamas is responsible over all the shelling against the schools and shelters of civilians here in Gaza. Unfortunately, Hamas doesn't get the learned lessons from its experiences. Right now, we have dozens of schools, clinics, kindergartens, sport clubs, etc. were targeted by the Israeli Air Force because Hamas is hiding its operatives inside those totally civilians or those places who are supposed to be totally civilian places. Unfortunately, every time Hamas is repeating the same mistake. Hamas is sending its fighters to hide inside those civilian places, and
You said
every
they
time
wanted
it
they want to come out of
destruction.
they want to come out of the tunnels because it is very hot in there. They cannot breathe properly. So they come out of the tunnels to go to these safe places to try to get some kind of relief. But they don't seem to care about the fact that they're getting their own people killed. And a thought of yours, Muhammad, that is in one of our many, I think, 50 odd programs, always stays with me is that you have suggested that the way for the Palestinians to struggle for their freedom is through peaceful means, through nonviolent means. And many people, even though they abhor and condemn the attacks of October 7th, they still say, well, we can understand it. They had to break out of a prison, a place with no future. As you have said, Palestinians are dying anyway. And right now they're dying in the hundreds and thousands for nothing. All it is bringing destruction on the Palestinian people. The Hamas people just don't get it. What is really needed, Palestinian freedom, is a non-violent approach. Palestinians are going to die. We know that because of what the Israelis have proven themselves to be. I cannot forget that thought of yours, Muhammad, and it seems to me more and every day that you are right.
Yeah, always when we do a mistake by using violence against Israel, always we are giving Israel a golden opportunity to do its genocide, to apply its biblical genocide against us as Palestinians.
And that's
So
what it is.
yeah. So we have to stop giving Israel this golden opportunity, because already Israel and Israelis are having their doctrine in Joshua book, in Leviticus, in Exodus, in all the books of Old Testament. They have their doctrine in killing us and genociding us.
Yes, that
So
is
we
absolutely
have
true.
so yeah, we should be smart and more wise we shouldn't give them the opportunity to apply those doctrine, the doctrines of genocide against us, because already they have them in their mentality, in their mind. So we are mistaken when we give them this opportunity. We shouldn't use violence. We shouldn't use violence against them. But always we have to do the non-violent action, the non-violent struggle against them. By this way, we will economize the Israeli usage of power and the Israeli usage of genocide against us.
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, you can tell how difficult our internet connection is. I think Muhammad's photo has frozen there for a moment. There he is. I think he's back. Muhammad, meanwhile, there are thousands of Palestinian children. There is polio, type B, highly infectious, in the wastewater that floods the streets. There is hepatitis. There are all kinds of injuries and trauma that they are dying from. You see this all over Gaza when you are able to move. Is that right? Dying of children that is not being reported.
Yeah, of course. Every day we have dozens of children and of adults are being killed by those infections and diseases. So many children are dying every day with the polio, with the stomach infection, liver infection, hepatitis, and so many unknown viruses in the blood. They are diagnosed as blood viruses, but I don't know what's the diagnosis of this virus. They are calling it blood viruses. Yeah. So every day we have dozens of children and adults are dying with this miserable situation, with all of those viruses and infections. But unfortunately, no one is making coverage through media, and no one is conveying the daily numbers of deaths among those children and adults.
We do not see it. As you know, Muhammad, I look every single day as widely and as in detail as I can. I do not find any of the subjects you've already talked about in the news at all. I don't understand it at all, except to say Israel will not allow in actual reporters from the international world to see the crimes that they are doing. Now they are raping, this is documented, raping Palestinian prisoners in their prisons. Children are dying of hepatitis. And here we are again. Meanwhile, a delegation, including Hamas, Hezbollah, PA, and other Palestinian factions, had a great conclave of a meeting in China. And out of the meeting came an announcement that they were going to create new elections to figure out what new government will represent the Palestinian people going forward. And as I see you smile, because you've already explained to me that the main thing these people did on their travel to China was go shopping. Main thing they did was have a nice time on themselves with the government's money, with the little money that the Palestinian governments have. They went shopping, you said, Muhammad.
Yeah, also in addition to shopping, they are making a Chinese massage for their exhausted muscles, because they are heavy fighters for freedom.
Yes.
Their muscles are always exhausted and have tension in their muscles. So when they go to Beijing, they are making also some massage in addition to the shopping. Yeah, there are some thugs, some thieves, some criminals, some terrorists. They are not leaders for the Palestinian people.
No, and as you pointed out also, even though their declaration said they were going to cooperate to create new elections, you know, Muhammad, that this is never going to happen if they can help it. The last thing they want is open, free elections because it will mean the end of their power, their ability to take and steal money and supplies and everything from the Palestinian people's hungry mouths. They will never allow the people to vote. So it looks more and more every day, brother. I'm sorry to
Yeah,
say it, but
yeah,
you are trapped. No matter where you turn, the Israelis are holding out death for you. The PA,
yes,
Hamas,
yes, brother.
they are holding out a dead end. That also means death or slavery to them. There is no
Yeah,
horizon, as your poets say. There is no horizon in Gaza. There is no way to imagine a future of hope that is livable and humane.
yeah, yes, brother. There is no hope. Unfortunately, we are trapped in the middle between the Israelis and their killing machine, and on the other side, the thugs and the thieves here in Palestine, whether Hamas or PA, all of them are thieves and thugs and dogs.
Yes, and for people who don't know, Hamas itself, their leadership, as you've explained to me, they see themselves as separated from the main Palestinian population. They are a cut above. They are an elite group of families that only exist to serve themselves, to steal themselves, to the point where they go and they steal with guns all the humanitarian aid, the food, the water, the medicines that come in. They steal it all by force of arms and then sell it to Palestinian people like yourself who have virtually no money. They sell it and put the money in their own pockets. You don't
Yeah,
see this. You don't
just
see this. I have tried to share this in many places, Muhammad. I have tried to report this
yeah,
in many places. You don't see it at all being
yeah,
told about.
yeah. Just very few thing to add. Very brief thing to add. Also, Hamas is doing exactly like the European church during the Middle Ages. Hamas always is making monopoly for religion and everything religious here in Gaza. They
Yes.
are making monopoly over all the religious affairs here in Gaza. Everything, mosques, etc., is controlled by them. Always they are accusing their opponents with being not believers. If you are opposing them in the political point of view directly, they can use the religious weapon against you. They can declare that you are not believer, you are dissenter. It's very, very dangerous role. They are playing with the religion.
And as you said, Muhammad, the proof of that is that while we mentioned that Hamas fighters, to get relief from being underground or whatever their reason, are hiding among the people, you have also mentioned other places, UNRWA buildings and so forth, schools, hospitals, where Hamas is keeping prisons, jails, where they have arrested Palestinian people and beat them and torture them, and people outside of these places can hear the people screaming. This is what they are
Even
doing
during
to,
war, they are doing this.
yeah, this is what they're
Even
doing to
during
their
war.
own people. They were doing it before October 7th, but they continue to do it now.
Yeah, yeah, yes, 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 brother.
I want to push you just a little bit more as our time runs down, but why is none of this being talked about, Mohammed? Do you think the world really wants to see the Palestinian people as angels, as pure victims? Why is this of no interest to any of the media that claim to be telling the truth about what's happening in Gaza? Why is this not talked about?
Universal media is trying to present Palestinians in front of the world as legends, as myths, as utopian image. The utopian image of Thomas More. I don't know why they are doing that, but I think Hamas is the mean of the West, of the Western world and the colonialism to destroy the Palestinian cause. I think they are supporting Hamas by this way of media coverage. They don't want to convey to the world that Hamas is weak inside Gaza Strip. No, Hamas is still strong inside Gaza Strip, and we are sending aids to the people. They are healthy. They have food. They have water. Everything is good. Hamas is balanced. Hamas is not going to collapse. So Hamas will continue its role to carry out this war until it destroys totally our Palestinian cause.
Yes, and you know, at the website called Electronic Intifada, you can go and hear very good discussions of these problems, but they do not report anything of what we have talked about. Secondly, there's a man there, one of their team named John Elmer, and in every report, he shows films from Hamas blowing up Israeli tanks, shooting Israeli soldiers with their sniping positions. He really gets into the detail of what Hamas is doing to hurt Israelis. And I have watched this, and at first I too was saying, they are heroes. These are young men with no body armor, only the weapons they can make. They come up to the side of a tank and blow it up and so forth. Of course, it's heroic. I would go back to your thinking, Muhammad, that they would be dying. They are dying now, but if they were trying peaceful methods, it would not give Israel a reason to further attack them. They are glorifying the wrong side of the Palestinian story. This is not what the people want. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. And just a very brief thing to add. Most of Hamas videos for targeting the Israeli tanks and firing the RPG and the anti-tank missiles against those tanks, most of those videos are fabricated with the artificial intelligence and other applications like Video Maker, Photoshop, etc. So most of those videos are even fabricated, not real.
Fabricated by Hamas?
Yeah, by Hamas, yeah.
And what is
by
your
Hamas media?
What is your impression, Muhammad, then, of how strong, or how weak Hamas is now, today, August 2024? Are they still very strong, or are they being weakened and destroyed?
Several persons from Al Jazeera personnel are doing all of those videos for the sake of Hamas. So those videos are being fabricated in Qatar, not in Gaza. Hamas here in Gaza has lost almost half of its army, but we still have the other half. Hamas is suffering here in Gaza, and it become, of course, weaker than before. That's why so many families, so many people have started to search for taking their revenge from Hamas persons.
You know, we've said something else, Muhammad. You and I, we have a blog together, jackdempseywriter.wordpress.com, jackdempseywriter.wordpress.com, where you can see photos. The page today is called Worse Than Ever, August 2024. You can see photos of the children with skin infections, photos of the snakes that crawl into people's overheated tents and bite them while they were chasing their own prey, whether it's rats, scorpions, insects, and so forth. Something that you said, an intellectual, it's very dangerous for you to talk about Hamas the way you have and the way you do. You have said an intellectual does not hide his head in the sand. He must stand up straight and speak loudly in favor of the truth and in favor of a true, honest way forward. And Muhammad, I'm so proud of you. I worry about you more every day, your family too, but I am proud to be in this brotherhood that we have had for so long, trying to bring truth out of the Gaza story. Our time is just about going for now, Muhammad. Do you want to talk anything else?
Thank you, brother. Of course, I am also proud of you and your brotherhood. Today it was a brief program, but I promise the viewers that in the coming times we are going to increase the time of the program.
Yes, you as a scholar and historian are doing a life study of the great poet Salim al-Nafar. We are going to do a program about our mentor, Salim al-Nafar, to come up. And also, just the last two things I think to mention are important. If you want to send some money, virtually charges free, to Palestinian people, you can do it via the Bank of Palestine, and we can help do that with you if you wish. Just contact us below. Also, most importantly, people, contact your own government's support for Israel's horrific crimes in Gaza and in the West Bank and all over Palestine. Contact your own government and demand changes in the policies that keep this nightmare going. Mohammed, thank you so much for your report. It's going to go right up onto YouTube and the internet as soon as I can get it together, which will be soon. And we love you, and we hope you will stay safe until we talk next time. The internet was better today. This is a little bit of hope
Thank
for
you.
us, Mohammed.
Thank you, brother. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you, brother. We love you too. Thank you so much. And have a good day.
Thank you, Mohammed. You too, and give our love to all the family.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.